Hi guys, my name is Henry Kumba. Watch this video to find out if you're waiting or stopping in your trying to conceive journey. It's practically impossible for you not to get obsessed about getting pregnant while dealing with infertility. I mean, for my wife and I still remember the long hours we spent in the doctor's office trying to find out why the sperm hasn't met the egg or why we're not getting pregnant yet. And so for every cycle, every cycle provided us with new hope. And every negative test increased our desire to want to get pregnant. And so we became specialists by our own estimation. We became specialists. We were checking out the body signs. We were pretty much a fertility specialist and gynecologist of ourselves, because we were reading body signs and all. But as time went on, as the months turned into years, we stopped paying attention to those things. We stopped giving attention to those things. We wanted to get pregnant, all right? We wanted to get pregnant. There were times where we just thought, we should just go on living our lives and let this whole thing, because we wanted to get pregnant. But it was taking longer than we had anticipated, and we never thought it would be this hard. We never thought it would be hard. And so we just wanted to go on living our lives, without worrying about pregnancy at all. At some point, we became obsessed with wanting to get pregnant, because for every month you can't wait for the next cycle. For every cycle that passes, you can't wait for the next cycle. You can't wait for the next cycle. And so we became obsessed with getting pregnant. But we got to a time when we stopped. As the months were turning into years, as the years started rolling by, a little bit we subpedaled. But at some point we had to sit and ask ourselves if we're stopping or we're waiting. Where exactly are we in this journey? And so maybe you're in that position where you're wondering where you are in your journey, in your infertility journey. Where are you? Are you stopping or waiting? This is one question you need to ask yourself, because this was one question we asked ourselves: if we were stopping or we were waiting, right? Because everything pretty much flows from this question. Everything else flows from this question. Now, the word stop and wait, sometimes are used interchangeably, but they mean different things, right? They mean different things. When you stop, it means you've come to a complete halt. But when you wait, just means you've delayed movement, right? You've delayed movement. So for us, we had to decide if we were stopping or we were waiting. So for you, take a cursory look at your situation. Take a cursory look at the position where you are. A close look, at the position where you are right now, and ask yourself this question: are you stopping or you are waiting? Right? Are you stopping or you are waiting? Because for us, we chose and we told ourselves that we're not stopping. We were waiting, right? Because in waiting, there are other things that happen in the background. We're still keeping up with doctor's appointments. We still had hope that we're going to get pregnant. We're still excited about our possibilities of getting pregnant. And so, though we no longer had our minds, totally and completely like when we started initially. It was the air that it felt like we were breathing pregnancy in and out, but it didn't mean we took our minds off it. Because if you stop, then it means you don't even want to keep up with doctor's appointment anymore. You don't even want to talk about it anymore. You've lost hope completely. If you've lost hope, then you're not waiting, you're stopping. Because it is not just going to happen out of the blues. Considering how many years you've waited, it's not just going to happen out of the blues. And so it's going to come, but it will come from a standpoint of you having hope. And there cannot be hope if you have stopped. There can only be hope if you are waiting. Because it's like a vehicle. You have the engine is still running, right? The engine is still running. You just need to engage the gear and zoom, you've gone. But if you stop, you need to first and foremost turn on the ignition, let it warm a little before for somebody who is waiting and for somebody who is stopping, the likelihood, if they are starting a race, the likelihood for somebody who is waiting and the one who are stopping, the likelihood for the person who is waiting to win the race is high, because he doesn't need to go with the ignition and all that. He's already, the engine is running, he's strapped in already, he has his seatbelt on, and his eyes are on the road. So for us, we said we're waiting, we're not stopping. So we're keeping up with doctor's appointments, we had hope, and so you need to decide, you need to tell yourself this. One thing with starting and stopping is that you lose momentum. You lose momentum. All the gains, everything you have gained, when you stop, you lose it. Because someone said, okay, maybe I'm going to stop and then I start again. I'm going to stop, and then I start again. You lose momentum. You lose all the gains. I'm not saying you go put all the pressure on yourself, because you want to get pregnant, okay? There are things that are beyond you. There are things that are not in your hands. You can only try, and such it is with pregnancy. And so we understood that this was not left to us. If it was left for us, we didn't have to stress that much. Okay, we didn't have to stress that much. So what we did in that regard was that we didn't take our minds off it. Right, like I said, we are attending medical treatments. We're still paying, we're keeping up with doctor's appointments, and we're still praying. And above all, we had hope. Okay, we had hope. And then imagine what it would mean like if we had stopped with the doctor's appointment, lost hope completely, and then wake up one day and you pick it back up again. Even going back to the doctors, it means that every test that had been run, because there are some tests that expire, right? You need to run new ones again. So every test, besides the fact that it is financially involving, it therefore means also that your mental health, your state of mind, is impacted by it. I know there are those who can just go ahead, but then it's not good. And so ask yourself this question: are you waiting or you are stopping? Where are you in this journey? If you're stopping, then you need to know that picking up tomorrow might be a little bit difficult. It might be a drag, okay? Except maybe you're stopping because the doctor says to give time for certain things to change, for certain things to happen. Even at that, there has to be something that you're working on. Maybe a drug has been, you're going through a treatment that requires that time to stop, and so that is different. There is hope in that regard, okay? There is hope in that regard. So ask yourself this question: in your trying to conceive journey, are you stopping or you are waiting? Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section. And if you've not yet subscribed to my video, please click on the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell as well. Leave me a comment, like my video, share it, and you might just be inspiring hope in the heart of someone. Miracles take a little time, and you are not alone. From me, it's bye-bye.